The cameras were rolling, the tension was boiling. And what started as a private dispute exploded into a public spectacle that shook the entire hip-hop world. Lil Scrappy and Bambi, once the couple everyone thought could weather any storm. Now caught in a firestorm of accusations, betrayals, and raw emotion. This wasn't just an argument. This was a brutal clash that left friends choosing sides, fans in shock, and the internet in complete meltdown. What really happened behind those closed doors? The truth is far more explosive than anyone imagined. It started like a slow burn no one noticed at first. But by the time people realized something was wrong, the fire was already out of control. Lil Scrappy and Bambi had always been that couple. People looked at and thought, if they can make it through all that, they can make it through anything. But all it took was one night, one confrontation, and one leak to prove that even the most unshakable bonds can snap when the pressure gets too high. The first sign came through a grainy Instagram story from Bambi's account. It wasn't a picture of her face or even a video of her talking, just a black background with a short, loaded sentence, "Some people don't deserve the loyalty you give them." No tags, no names, but everyone who had followed their relationship knew exactly who she was talking about. Within minutes, screenshots were flying around group chats, and fan pages were zooming in on the tiny details. Was that story posted from home? Or was she somewhere else? Was she alone? Why post something like that unless you want people to ask questions? Lil Scrappy didn't waste much time. Hours later, his own story went up white text on a dark background. No pictures, no emojis, just, "You'll never find peace lying to yourself and everybody else." He didn't name Bambi either, but at that point, subtlety was pointless. The posts were clearly aimed at each other. Kate and the internet could smell blood in the water. Behind the scenes, friends of the couple were already on edge. According to people close to them, things had been rocky for weeks. Scrappy had been busy with studio time, rehearsals, and appearances, while Bambi was running her businesses and handling the kids. They weren't spending as much time together, and when they did, the conversations weren't as warm as they used to be. One friend claimed that every little disagreement was turning into a bigger fight, and that they were both too stubborn to back down. The boiling point came during a private event, something meant to be a fun night out among friends. It was supposed to be relaxed, a few drinks, laughter, music, and catching up. But all that changed when Lil Scrappy allegedly pulled Bambi aside and started asking pointed questions about something she had been keeping from him. Witnesses said they couldn't hear every word, but they could feel the tension in the air. Scrappy's voice was low at first, but his tone got sharper. Bambi's body language went stiff. Then, the voices got louder. One person at the event, for reasons no one can quite explain, pulled out their phone and started recording. The video is short, maybe 15 seconds, but it's enough. Scrappy's voice can be heard, strong and heated, saying something about "not playing me like that." Bambi responds just as sharply, accusing him of making everything worse. The clip cuts off abruptly, but by the next morning, it was online. It's passed from one gossip page to the next until every corner of social media had seen it. The reaction was instant and split right down the middle. Some fans were furious with Scrappy, saying his tone was too aggressive, that he shouldn't have confronted her like that in front of people. Others defended him, claiming that if he felt betrayed, he had every right to speak his mind. The comments section under both of their pages became battlegrounds. "Scrappy's just protecting himself," one user wrote. "Nah, he's embarrassing her," another fired back. Then came the cryptic posting war. Not even a full day after the video leaked, Bambi posted a selfie in perfect makeup. Captioned, "When they can't control you, they try to control the story." She didn't mention Scrappy's name, but the timing made it obvious who the message was for. A couple of hours later, Scrappy posted a close-up photo of his watch with the words, "Time always reveals the real ones." By now, gossip blogs were publishing insider accounts of what had gone down. Some claim that Scrappy believed Bambi was hiding a major financial decision from him, something involving money they had both earned. Others swore it was about another man, though no solid evidence surfaced. Every blog had its own exclusive, and every theory got wilder than the last dot. Instead of calming the situation, Scrappy went live that evening. Sitting in his car, hoodie up, he looked into the camera and said, "I'm not gonna let nobody paint me like I'm the problem. I'm speaking my truth. Y'all can believe what you want, but I ain't gonna let nobody play in my face." Thousands tuned in, flooding the comments with heart emojis, fire emojis, and endless questions about whether he was talking about Bambi. He never said her name outright, but every word seemed aimed at her. Bambi, for her part, avoided going live, but doubled down with another post. A picture of her kids with the caption, "My focus, my peace, my everything." Fans saw it as her way of saying she was done with the drama, but others called it a passive-aggressive move, especially given that she still hadn't denied any of the rumors at this point. Even people who weren't fans of either were talking about it. The story was too juicy to reality TV stars. A messy public confrontation, a leaked video, cryptic posts, and no clear answers. And what made it worse was that the people who were there that night started whispering to their own circles. Every retelling was slightly different. In one version, Scrappy was the one who started yelling. In another, Bambi was the one who pushed the argument to a breaking point. But there was one thing everyone agreed on. The look on both their faces during that confrontation said everything. This wasn't a minor disagreement, this was built up. Tension finally spilling over. Friends tried to step in and cool things down, but it was too late. The public had already taken sides. The rumors had already grown legs. And Scrappy and Bambi were too deep into their pride to pull back. By the end of that week, they were no longer just a couple in trouble. They were the latest headline in the ongoing saga of celebrity breakups. Their every move documented and dissected, and as one source close to them put it, "When something like that leaks, it's almost impossible to come back from. It's not just between you two anymore. It's between you, your partner, and the entire world watching." The fallout from that leaked confrontation was nothing short of a wildfire. By the morning after the video made its way online, both Lil Scrappy and Bambi were trending, and every gossip outlet was scrambling to publish their take. The clip had been replayed, slowed down, and analyzed frame by frame. People claimed they could read lips, decipher hidden meanings, and even detect the exact moment when the relationship fell apart. Paparazzi started camping outside Scrappy's usual hangouts in Atlanta. It didn't take long before he was caught, on camera leaving a recording studio late at night. He didn't smile, didn't wave, and when a reporter shouted, "Scrappy, are you and Bambi done for good?" he simply shook his head and muttered, "Y'all gonna see soon? That short?" Almost careless response lit up the blogs again. What exactly were people going to see? Was he about to drop proof? Was he hinting at a breakup announcement? Or was he planning something else entirely? Bambi, meanwhile, was spotted the same day having lunch with two friends at a high-end restaurant. She was dressed to kill perfect. Hair, flawless makeup, designer sunglasses, but according to someone who sat nearby, her smile never quite reached her eyes. She was laughing, sure, but there were moments when she just stared off like she was somewhere else, the witness said. It was like she was trying to keep it together. The internet, of course, had no mercy. Within hours, memes started popping up. Some painted Scrappy as the overreacting rapper who couldn't control his temper, while others portrayed Bambi as a master manipulator who knew how to push buttons. But under all the jokes, there was a clear sense that this wasn't a game, it was a relationship crumbling in real time. For Scrappy, the clash had gone beyond just the argument. In his mind, it was about respect. People who had interviewed him in the past knew he valued loyalty above everything else. He'd once said on a podcast, "If I can't trust you, we don't have nothing." And once trust is gone, I can't get it back. That clip resurfaced on fan pages, and suddenly, the narrative online shifted toward the idea that Bambi had crossed a line she couldn't uncross. But Bambi's side wasn't staying quiet either. Her friends began speaking to certain outlets, insisting that she had been nothing but loyal, that she had supported Scrappy through personal struggles, career slumps, and countless other challenges. One friend told a blog, "People don't know what she's put up with. She's been the backbone of that man for years, and now he's trying to make her out to be the bad guy. Nah, that's not the truth." Still, whispers of deeper issues persisted. Rumors from years ago started resurfacing old arguments. LHHATL betrayals and moments from their reality TV days that fans had dissected before. It was as if the past had been dug up and dumped right into the middle of the present, making the wound even harder to heal. Then came the moment that poured gasoline on the fire. A major gossip site published exclusive photos of Bambi in what looked like an intimate conversation with a man who was not Lil Scrappy. The pictures were taken at night outside a lounge, with the two standing close and talking quietly. The site claimed the photos were recent, captured just a few days before the confrontation at the party. Bambi's team moved quickly, releasing a statement that the man was a family friend and that the photos had been taken out of context. But the internet didn't care about context. Screenshots were shared everywhere. Hashtags like #BambiExposed started trending. And people began demanding that Scrappy tell his side. Scrappy stayed silent for 24 hours, which only made the anticipation worse. When he finally did post, it was a single sentence written in all caps. "Now y'all see why I'm done." That was it. No pictures, no explanations, just those 7 words. And that was all it took to set the internet on fire again. Fans who had been defending Bambi started second-guessing themselves, while others who had doubted her from the beginning claimed they had been right all along. The drama didn't stay confined to the two of them for long. Mutual friends began unfollowing each other on Instagram. People from their circles started posting vague quotes that seemed aimed at one side or the other. Some chose to defend Scrappy, others to defend Bambi, and a few just threw shade without naming names. This wasn't just a relationship dispute anymore, it was a full-blown social media civil war. Despite all of this, there were strange little moments that made people wonder if things might still be salvageable. Scrappy was seen late at night, on a live stream, playing an old love song he had once dedicated to Bambi, not saying a word, just letting the music speak. Hours later, Bambi posted a throwback picture of the two of them laughing together, only to delete it within minutes. Fans clung to those crumbs as proof that maybe, just maybe, the story wasn't over. But the peace didn't last. Another leak hit the blogs this time. Series of alleged text messages between Scrappy and Bambi. In the screenshots, Scrappy accused her of humiliating him in front of people and acting like he didn't matter. Bambi allegedly fired back that he never appreciated her and always turned things into a war. Neither side confirmed if the texts were real, but the tone matched the energy they'd both been projecting online. As the leaks piled up, so did the public's fascination. Fans were glued to their phones, waiting for the next twist, the next post, the next clue in the unraveling of what had once been a seemingly solid relationship. Every photo they liked, every song lyric they quoted, every word they posted became a piece of the puzzle. In the end, what made the whole situation so intense wasn't just the fight itself, was how public it had become. The video, the posts, the photos, the leaks, they had turned a private dispute into a spectacle that no one could look away from. And for Lil Scrappy and Bambi, there was no escaping the fact that millions of people were now invested in their pain, their pride, and their next move. By the third week, which wasn't just a messy celebrity breakup, which a saga. What had started as a leaked argument had now grown into a pop culture event that people debated at barbershops, beauty salons, group chats, and online forums. Relationship experts on podcasts dissected every move Lil, Scrappy, and Bambi made, while other reality TV stars dropped vague comments that fans instantly connected to the drama. Everyone had an opinion, and the loudest voices were the ones demanding the truth. Lil Scrappy was the first to make a big move. He returned to the studio, pouring his anger and frustration into music. Late one night, he posted a short video of himself in the booth, rapping raw, unfiltered bars about betrayal, fake love, being played like a fool in front of the whole world. He didn't mention Bambi by name, but the lines were sharp enough that no one had any doubt who he was talking about. Within hours, the clip went viral, with fans dissecting every lyric like it was a coded confession. Bambi, on the other hand, took a different route. She began posting images of herself in the gym with her kids, or in meetings for her business ventures. Her captions were short but loaded with meaning phrases like rebuilding, unbothered, and peace over chaos. To her supporters, this was proof she was taking the high road, focusing on herself instead of feeding the negativity. To her critics, it looked like she was dodging accountability, just when it seemed like things might slowly die down. Another bombshell dropped a voice note, allegedly of Scrappy, leaked to a popular gossip site. In it, the voice, which sounded exactly like him, could be heard saying, "I've got the receipts. And when I put them out, everybody's gonna see what kind of person she really is." The authenticity of the audio was debated, but the damage was done. It reignited the fire and brought the feud right back to the top of trending topics. This time, Bambi didn't hold back. She went live on Instagram for nearly 20 minutes, looking directly into the camera with a mix of exhaustion and defiance. Her voice shook as she said, "I've been quiet to protect people who never protected me. I've been painted as the villain. And I've taken it because I thought keeping the peace mattered more than defending myself. But I'm tired. I'm tired of the lies, I'm tired of the games, and I'm tired of being disrespected by someone who swore they loved me." She didn't say Scrappy's name, but her words cut deep. And the comments section was a battlefield of supporters and haters, not one to let a statement like that go unanswered. Scrappy posted just hours later. It was a black and white selfie with the caption, "Truth don't need defending." No long paragraphs, no explanations, just those 4 words. But they carried weight, and everyone knew this was his way of saying her live had been nothing. But at this point, their friends had given up on trying to play mediator. One mutual acquaintance told a blog, "This ain't just about what happened that night. This is years of stuff that built up stuff most people don't know about. And once it's public like this, it's almost impossible to fix." They've both said too much. In the days that followed, the digital divide between them became impossible to ignore. Scrappy unfollowed Bambi on every platform, deleted nearly every photo of her from his page, and stopped liking anything she posted. Bambi responded in kind, erasing their couple shots and replacing them with solo pictures and motivational quotes. It was the modern breakup ritual. It's a silent but unmistakable message: we're done. Fans who had watched them on reality TV for years felt the loss like it was personal. For so long, they'd been the couple who fought hard but loved harder. The ones who always found their way back to each other no matter what. Seeing them this far gone felt like watching the end of an era. But the real gut punch came when Scrappy dropped a new track on streaming platforms without any prior announcement. The title alone, Cold Truth, was enough to send the internet into a frenzy. The lyrics were brutal. He rapped about being lied to, about smiles that hide knives, and about loving somebody who only loved the attention. Fans and blogs alike were convinced this was his final word on Bambi, his way of closing the chapter for good. Bambi didn't respond with music, but she did something just as pointed. She posted a video montage of herself over the years, clips of her working, laughing, being with her kids set to a song about self-love and growth. The caption read, "I choose me, always have, always will." For her followers, it was a declaration of independence. For her critics, it was a dismissal of everything Scrappy had been saying. Even as they moved in separate directions, the echoes of their clash lingered. The leaked video that started it all kept resurfacing on social media. Old interviews were rewatched, old arguments dissected, and every past moment between them took on new meaning in the light of their breakup. It was as if the internet was piecing together their entire relationship in reverse, trying to figure out exactly where it had all gone wrong. The truth, though, might never be fully known. Those who were closest to them say that both Scrappy and Bambi have their version of events, and each believes their version is the truth. The problem is that neither is willing to bend, and in the court of public opinion, the louder voice often wins. In the end, the brutal clash between Lil, Scrappy, and Bambi became more than just a headline. It became a cautionary tale about what happens when love, pride, and the pressure of living in the public eye collide. It showed how fast private pain can become public entertainment, and how once the crowd gets involved, it's almost impossible to turn back. For Scrappy, it was a reminder that trust once broken is nearly impossible to rebuild. For Bambi, it was a lesson in choosing peace over proving a point. And for the millions watching, was proof that even the strongest looking relationships can fall apart when the weight, the world, and the internet's pressing down on them. By the time the dust finally settled, there were no winners, only two people walking away from what they once thought would last forever. The love story had ended, but the echoes of their words, their anger, and their heartbreak will linger online forever, replayed by fans, dissected by strangers, and remembered as one of the most dramatic clashes the hip-hop world has ever seen. If you thought this story was wild, trust me, there's even more drama unfolding behind the scenes that we haven't even touched yet. But I want to hear from you. Whose side are you on in this brutal clash, Lil Scrappy or Bambi? Do you think there's any chance they'll ever patch things up? Or is this the final chapter for good? Drop your thoughts, theories, and receipts in the comments right now, because you know I'm reading every single one of them. And if you're loving these deep dives into the raw, unfiltered reality behind your favorite stars, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps push this video out to more people who need to see it. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss the next update. Because with the way this story is heating up, the next twist could drop any second. Trust me, you do not want to be the last to know. When it happens, stick around, because the truth has a way of coming out, and when it does, we'll be right here breaking it all down for you first.